it's Channon Rose, and in today's video I'm going to be doing a story time about how I had sex in front of a lot of my friends. But before I start, I just want to let you know I did self-tan my body and I do not have matching foundation. So yes, it looks very weird. I'm sorry. But I just don't want all the comments to be like, oh my god, her foundation like totally does not match her body. Like, bitch, I know, okay? The struggle is real, clearly. I need to go buy some new foundation. Also, I don't know if you guys can see like these crazy lines in my neck. You don't notice these things until you start filming videos and then you have to watch them back and be like, what in the hell? It looks like I'm like 80 years old with these like wrinkles in my neck. And then I saw that you can put Botox in your neck so you don't get these wrinkles. And I was like, bitch, I'm gonna get Botox in my neck. I don't even think I could. I'd be so scared that it would like paralyze my breathing tube. Okay, let's just get into the damn video. Alright. So in this story time, I'm actually talking about having sex with my husband, which if you watch majority of my videos, it's all about having sex with everybody but my husband. This was actually the first time I ever had sex with my husband, period. And it just happened to be in front of all of my friends. And you're probably wondering like, Shannon, how in the world did you have sex for the first time with this guy? It was my third date with him. And I did it in front of all my friends. I'm gonna tell you this story. If you're an OG, you might already know this story because I have talked about it before, but I haven't told like the full story, so I'm gonna tell you now. At least I don't think I have. So Travis and I met on Match.com and I did not kiss him. Like, we did not hook up at all until the third date. And on the third date, I was like, okay, we are just like, I had waited long enough and I'm ready to jump on it. I had invited him out with me to a Halloween party. At the time, I still had a website for my porn, like a porn website. It was like within our network, so it was like a company that had like a bunch of porn girls and they like ran our sites. There was like a network of us and they had like a Halloween party and we had to go. I think it was at like a strip club or something, or a bar that had like stripper poles. I don't know, it was weird. Anyway, so a bunch of my friends, obviously the other porn girls is who I'm talking about, my friends, and then some of my regular girlfriends that didn't do porn but like, you know, wanted to come hang out with us. It was like a dress up thing. I'm like, do you want to come to this like porn party with me? And he was like, yeah, sure. So I'm like, okay. So we all dressed up because obviously it was a costume party, and I dressed up as Snow White, I think, and then he dressed up as like Top Gun, which, oh, he looked so hot. I like am obsessed with guys in uniform, so that really turns me on. It's like one of my fetishes, guys in uniform. Because he asked like, oh, what should I wear? I'm like, oh, you should wear this. And when I saw him in that outfit, well, we'll get to that in a second. So I decided to rent a party bus because this porn party was, I think, in Orange County, if I remember correctly. I can't really remember. But I was drinking at the time. And for those of you guys that know, I don't drink now because I kind of have a drinking problem where like once I start drinking, I can't stop. So yeah, I'm kind of like a binge drinker, I guess you would say, but I'm not like an alcoholic where I have to drink like every day. There's different types of alcoholism. So basically that is like a problem I have. And I do a lot of stupid things when I drink. Some of them are really funny and entertaining, and then some of them are downright dumb, dangerous, and annoying. You know what I mean? And I'm very unpredictable when I'm drinking. I never know if it's gonna go like a good way or a bad way. But I was assuming it was gonna go a good way this night because it was like, you know, fun time. So I had been drinking and taking shots, and I didn't weigh very much then. Like, I was probably at my lowest weight, which was like, I think 89 or 90 pounds. Maybe I weighed a little bit more than that. Maybe it was like 90, 95 pounds. I don't know, but I was at my lowest weight and I was like taking shots. So I was getting drunk very fast. And all my friends were like at my apartment because we were like pre-partying or pre-drinking, whatever you want to call it, at my apartment. And Travis shows up and he's in that freaking Top Gun costume, and I'm just like a fucking dog drooling over him because he just looked so fucking hot, right? I was just like, oh my god, he's so hot. Like, I just want to be on him. I just want to like, You would think I was like a dog in heat because that's the way that I felt. I just like wanted to be on it, you know? And like, mind you, we haven't even kissed yet, and I'm just like, how can I have sex with him like very quickly? Especially because when I drink, I get like horny sometimes if I'm around like hot guys. So the party bus arrives and we are like drunk AF, and I am getting onto the party bus in my slutty little Halloween costume, and this party bus has like stripper poles, and we have more alcohol in the party bus, and it's like all porn girls and then just like my crazy girlfriends that like don't do porn but are still crazy and super fun. And we're in there, and you know, we got the music blaring, we're driving to this like porn party, and we are just like having a really good time. and I am just like super drunk. And the party bus, it's kind of like a limo. It's just like bigger and taller. And then it's got like the lights and the music. It's like a party in a bus. And so Travis is sitting in the back of the bus, and I am just like feeding him shots because I'm like, this motherfucker needs to get to my level of drunkenness so that I can have sex with him and he's not gonna think I'm super slutty and not want to talk to me anymore, you know? So I'm like trying to get him drunk, and then eventually I give up and I'm like, okay, I think he's drunk enough, and so I start making out with him. Remember, this is the very first time like I have even kissed this guy. And so I start making out with him, and as soon as I do, like probably not even like 3.5 seconds later, I'm like undoing his clothes. Just like, get out of this fabric. Where is your penis? I need to see it. I like find a way to open up, because it's like one of those jumpsuits, you know, like the Air Force ones. So I open it up, and I don't even know what was going through his head. Actually, it'd probably be interesting to find out what he was thinking. So let me pull him in here really quick. Hey, Trav. Come here, babe. I have a quick question. When you were in the party bus and I started making out with you, and then like 3.5 seconds later when I started undoing your thing, like what was going through your head? What were you thinking?
It was less than 3.5 seconds, so we'll clarify that.
What were you thinking during that time? Were you like, is she gonna have sex with me in front of everybody here? Or like, were you like, is she gonna give me like a public blowjob in front of all these girls? Like, what were you thinking? Or were you not thinking? Were you kind of confused? Were you shocked?
Well, we were both drinking. I don't know which part.
I just told them I was trying to get you onto my level of drunkenness. Like I kept trying to like feed you alcohol.
Yes. So honestly, like it happened so fast. I know when I say like how am I supposed to think that fast? It was literally like kissing. Like I was like, oh, kiss, and then it's like, wait, we're having sex. Like,
right, between the kiss and the sex, I know it was quick, but like, what were your thoughts like as this was happening?
I'm pretty adventurous, I would say, and so like I'm pretty open for stuff.
He was totally fine with it, by the way, you guys. He wasn't like, oh no, there's people. Like he wasn't shy at all. I can tell you that.
Well, I'll tell you what I was thinking was realizing like that I already knew like what your industry and the business was and stuff like that. I knew like for everybody around, like nobody gave a shit. It's just,
it was a bunch of porn girls. Yeah. So you have no thoughts?
No, I was just like, whoa, okay, like this is happening, I guess.
Were you kind of shocked?
Yeah, I was shocked, but I was just like, all right, you know, I'm going with this. I'm
you weren't like, I hope this girl doesn't have herpes or chlamydia or gonorrhea or HIV. You weren't thinking any of those things?
Well, I mean, I think before that we had talked about like how, you know, clean, you know, porn stars are.
And
you know,
tell them also, because
like
I think that this is interesting, like before we ended up hooking up, what did I make you do?
I went in for a testing, or an STD test and like all that stuff,
yeah.
Which is smart.
Before we hooked up, I made him go get tested for like a few different things.
Whatever the test was.
And were you glad that I had you do that?
Yeah, I mean, I encourage that for like anybody and everybody.
I know,
like,
but most people don't do that. They don't even like. I mean, at least as far as I know, a lot of people don't do that. I feel like it's only like a lot of porn people do it. Yeah. But everyone's like, oh my god, porn stars are so gross and dirty and slutty. Like they have like dirty STDs and stuff because they have so much sex. It's like we're really clean when it comes to like STDs. Thank you very much for your not very interesting thoughts. Other than I was shocked, but not really.
No, I'm game. I'm in for a party. I'm in for a good time.
You were clearly in for a party when I pulled your penis out of your pants. You're right. That's why I think I fell in love with you.
Love you.
Love you. So I opened his little jumpsuit, and I don't think I was wearing underwear. Probably not. And I just jumped on it. Between making out and like getting his clothes off, clearly I was professional and very quick at that. Wasn't my first rodeo. Yeah. And then we started having sex. And I was just like, finally, and I was happy about what I found down there. You know, like sometimes you could have like very small penises on a very attractive guy, and that's just really sad. And I'm happy to inform you that Travis had the perfect penis. So I was like very excited and happy about that. And we ended up having sex on the party bus in front of all of my friends. Mind you, they were still like partying and drinking, and a lot of them were not very surprised by what was happening. But if any normal people were on that bus, they would probably be like, okay, well, they are having sex over there. Like nobody's even in this bus. You know how they're like, oh, dance like no one's watching. We were having sex like no one was watching. And it was awesome. And then when we were done, he, like, you would have thought he was a porn star. He fit in very well to like our porn world because he like kind of just was sitting there and his dick was like still hard and he's just like chilling, didn't even like put it away right away, like, or want to hide it from anyone. And my friend Jessica, not my neighbor Jessica, so she's a porn star, she's like, hey dude, like your dick's still hanging out. And he's like, oh yeah, you know, his little drunk ass, and like, you know, puts it back in. But it was like so funny because that was literally the first time we had sex and it was in front of a bunch of people. And then I ended up falling in love with him and marrying him and thought, if you will have sex with me in front of all my friends, I will marry you. No, not really, but you know what I mean. So yeah, that's basically how I had sex in front of all my friends. I love you, Travis, because he's going to be editing this, but that was not the first time I ever had sex in front of all my friends. But yeah, that was one of the times I did, and it was awesome. So anyway, I hope that you guys enjoyed this story time. If you did, be sure to give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. Don't forget to follow me. Let's be friends on all the social medias, Snapchat, Twitter, Instagram. I'm all just at Channon Rose. So be sure to go follow me. I post new stuff all the time. Thank you again so much for watching. I'm sending you all my love and all my positive energy, and I hope to see you in the next video. Chocolate chip pancakes, guys. So excited. I love chocolate chip pancakes. Oh my gosh, they're so good.